Hello everyone, welcome to my devlog series, where every month I post a video with all the fixes and new stuff that I add to my adventure JRPG game KOTOMASHO. These videos will be posted 1 week earlier on Patreon, as well as other exclusive content. So if you haven't already, go over to patreon.com/wallgollen and support me over there for more early previews, behind the scenes, and cool rewards like digital downloads or even being part of the game. But anyways, let's stop stalling and start with the devlog. So this month I've been working a ton on art stuff. I've been doing a ton of buildings for the new city called Nyokyo. If you didn't watch the previous devlog, I mentioned it a little bit over there. Basically I'm building a big city for the second area of KOTOMASHO on the second chapter, and it's a very big city inspired on Tokyo in Japan. So I'm building a ton of buildings, a ton of assets, a ton of tile sets for that, and it's taking a little bit of time, a little bit more than I thought. So yeah, I've been working the whole month on that, and I will probably be working on that for another month or two. It's taking me quite a while. Right now the footage that you're seeing as the background is basically one of the buildings. This is a building inspired in Budokan, which is a sports hall in Tokyo, a very famous sports and concert hall. Maybe if you watch an anime called K-On! You recognize it, or maybe if you were a fan of the Beatles, for example, you recognize it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on with art stuff. You can also see here some of the other buildings that I've built and some of the tile sets as well. I've worked on tile sets and environment stuff, not only buildings. And other than that, some of the other art stuff that I made this month was basically I went back to the first boss, Yumeko, on the first dungeon, and I upgraded the design a little bit because previously it was kinda weird. It didn't have that top-down perspective that the game has overall. So yeah, it looked very weird, and I don't know why I did it like that, but yeah, I decided to upgrade that. I gave it like the top-down perspective that it should have, and I also added a spin animation because it didn't have a movement animation, and that also looked very weird. So overall that whole boss looked very weird, and I don't know why I decided to go with that at first. But yeah, finally I decided to go back and improve the design and the animation for that. Now, talking a little bit more about the programming part, to be honest, I was focused so much on art stuff this month that I didn't work too much on programming. The only big highlight that I could give you right now is basically a new mechanic that I added. Well, kinda new mechanic because it's basically the buttons that already were in the game, but I added this like variation of them, which puts 2 or more buttons in front of you, and if you press the wrong button, enemies spawn all around you. So it's inspired on some of the levers in The Legend of Zelda. If you played, the first one that comes to mind is A Link to the Past. It had some levers that if you pulled and it was the wrong lever, enemies spawned around you as well. So yeah, that's inspired on that. And other than that, programming wise, I also started adding the Steam SDK to make the game compatible with Steam. That's pretty much for achievement stuff right now. I'm still yet had to add the achievements, but I will probably start adding them in the coming months. So if you have any achievement ideas that you'd like to see in the game, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see what creative stuff you have in mind for the achievements, and I will consider adding them for the game. Now, other than new stuff, there was only one fix. Thankfully, I didn't found bugs this month. Surprisingly, I didn't found bugs this month. So the only big bug that happened was that the spin tile mechanic that I added last month still had some detecting issues, and I finally figured a way to fix that. So now the spin tile mechanic is working properly and hopefully not breaking. And other than that, that's basically it. There were no bugs and no fixes required this month, thankfully. Let me know if you find any bugs in the demo. I will gladly fix them as soon as I can. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't sound like a lot of stuff, honestly, but I promise you it's because the buildings are taking me way too long. So hopefully on the next month I will be able to finally build the city, to actually add it to Unity and have the chapter 2 ready, at least in the next 2 months. And that's all for this month's devlog. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment with any suggestions on what to improve or overall cool ideas that you'd like to see on the channel and on the game. Also, shoutouts to my supporters on Patreon at the supporter tier or higher. You guys are awesome, and all of this wouldn't be possible without you. If you want to appear on the YouTube video, or you want exclusive behind the scenes and early access to videos like this, please go to patreon.com/wallgolem and support me. Every little bit of help counts and it's greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.